After the loss of his friend again, did Jack bury himself in the laboratory under the hotel and try to distance himself with science? Alicia wanted to get him out, but she couldn't force him. It was the third time in the last few weeks this happened, so all she could do for now was making sure he ate enough and slept at night. With that, a few days passed, while Amelie kept the hotel and everything else in order. She looked at the watch and the message it displayed. Harper. The watch kept alive once again and displayed a new message. I will take the long way around. It took a few moments for her to register the words in front of her. Then she jumped out of her chair and ran into the basement, checking if Jack was responsible for the message. He looked at the workbench where another watch lay, displaying the same message. Did you send it? Amelie asked carefully, but Jack denied it. At least he plans on coming back, right? Amelie asked, seeing the tears in Jack's eyes. It's something. Maybe you should tell the others. Jack whispered. With that, Amelie left him alone. Jack looked at the watch. The long way around, he repeated to the empty room. Maybe that's not a bad idea, he said, and wrote a letter before he packed his stuff up and left the city. He gripped the watch and looked at final time back. Until we meet again, he said, and started walking towards the mountains. Amelie met the others in front of the academy, talking with some of the other students. Out of breath, did she shout in the watch? Alicia read the message. Does Jack know about the message? Amelie nodded. Ah, and you left him alone? With that, she rushed towards the hotel and entered it. Inside, to the left, did she find the letter, telling her that he would also go and take a long way round, assuring her that she doesn't need to worry and that he will be back to win her end. Alicia sat down. Well, at least it doesn't sound like he's a threat to himself. The next morning, the class gathered and Zeke asked where Jack was. He said, the notion that he left the city. I hope you're proud of yourself. You managed to get rid of every boy in the class. I guess you don't need me anymore as well. With that, Elka entered the room, trading places with him. Zeke looked at Van come back into the room before he left. You guys planned this, Amelie asked. Elka looked at her. Are we that obvious? Well, Zeke has to go and escort a few nobles, so he will be away for a bit. Till then, I'm in charge. Sun Shu is also on a mission. Anyway, let's get started with our lesson for today, she said, and opened the book Zeke left behind. With that, the room got quiet except for Elka. Jack finally reached the mountain after a long run. This is it, he said to himself and to his sword. He looked at the engraving his father made. This sword was grabbed to guide him during his time in the academy, but this wasn't part of academy life. For as long as he is staying here, he has to leave that protection behind. He looked a bit around and found a boulder fitting for his plan. He climbed on top of it, then pointed his sword to the sky. With one strong swing, did he bury the most of the sword inside the boulder. He then took out a watch with the message of Lucas. I wonder what kind of monsters you are fighting right now, he whispered before placing the watch on top of the sword. He placed a few protection spells around the boulder, making sure that the sword and watch would be safe till the day the tournament starts. Waving the watch goodbye, did he start to finally climb the mountain. With that, the first monster living there noticed him. Fireball. He set the monster ablaze, sending a message to the rest of its kind. It wasn't long till the temperature started to go down. It snow appeared. Lucia woke up on the ship, laying next to the captain. Why do you have to be so adorable, you stupid princess? She whispered in her ear, which made Lucia roll to the side and try to get up. Oh, you woke up. Lucia looked around, seeing that both were still in clothes. Why are you keep calling me princess anyway? She asked to break the tension she felt. The captain got up and pinned Lucia against the wall of the room. With one hand did she hold both of Lucia's hands above the girl's head, and with the other did she unbutton the dress she was wearing to reveal a bit more cleavage. You have noticed it yourself, did you? But look at your body. You have the sign of the ocean all over you, marking you as the princess of the ocean. As we wouldn't be here, the pirates know to invade our territory, and we have our words. But when we catch the ship you run, we had been dragged away from our course by a strong current. Ah, that's what the old princess thinks about. I did get those marks from the ocean. I got into a contact with the Leviathan. This isn't helping my case, is it? She realized with that the captain let loose and allowed Lucia to button up again. So, what did you do on top of the lighthouse? That didn't look like a normal arrow. Lucia walked around the room. Well, I sent my friends a message. Don't worry, I didn't say well, not that I had the opportunity. All I could do was send him a sign that I'm still alive, and the pirates didn't kill me. The captain looked at her with a confused look. Why did you send that message? Wouldn't it be better to let him find closure? In case you decide to stay with us? Lucia laughed. I died 3 times in the last few weeks. Sure, I did have time to get back on my feet, but one of my friends has a tendency to be just a step behind me when something like that happens. And I sent him a message like the one on the island moments before I got kidnapped. I mean, the first time he nearly killed himself because of that. And we didn't have time to really talk about the other 2 times. With that, I can at least be sure that he thinks I'm on some kind of forced adventure with the intention of getting back someday. How long was I out anyway? The captain opened the door of the room. Take a look for yourself. With that, the island of the witches was in view. An hour later, did I reach the harbor of the island. Estella was all over Lucia, making sure she was fine. Oh God, what did you do? And where's your dress? She asked. Lucia did her best to not look Estella in the eyes. Sorry for ruining your dress. I Sarah. The air started to pause and take the shape of an arrow. Jack tried to aim, but the arrow flew in the opposite direction. He created another one. Come on, you guys could do it with more complex structures. In that moment, noticed the monsters surrounding him. Looking around, he didn't have the strength to fight them all. Ice, sword. Grabbing the newly formed sword, did he turn around and cut the first monster down. But in the next beat, he slipped on the icy ground and fell, the sword broken in back. The closest monster opened its mouth, revealing a lot of sharp teeth before it jumped into the air. Jack lifted his hand. Eyes, sword. Before he could grab it, did he slip, forcing his hand to make a snapping motion while he tried to regain balance, letting the sword slip forward. The sword pierced the monster's head and allowed Jack to get back on his feet. He changed his stand. He imagined a sword in front of him. With the creation of the sword, did he snap, letting it shoot forward like the last one. Got it. But I don't think I have time to play with you anymore, he said with a newfound smile. Fire impact. The air started to burn up, filling the whole area with steam. Claire looked around, waiting for a student to arrive. I was almost worried, she said, as her chair shut. Sorry, I got a bit caught up in my way here. Claire accepted it and went into her house with Lucia following. Reading people and their future isn't easy, which is why Future Vision uses a medium to create a foundation. This medium is a deck of cards I'm using. I would give you one of mine to start training, but they are connected to my magic. Therefore, only I can use them to read the future. Meaning, our first step is creating your own cards. The more cards you have, the more precise you can get, but it would also take more from you to control and understand them. A good foundation is to start with 6 cards, and then slowly add more as you mature. Gina looked at the table, glanced up. So, do I have to create a card the moment I prepare? Or can I prepare cards so that then directly use it when I would need it? Claire looked at the student. Of course, you can make a base card and fill it with your life when you are ready. No, the first step is to decide the number of cards you want to prepare. Afterwards, we cut them out of special paper. Then you get to paint the back side of the card. Afterwards, we start with filling the cards with light. Lucia thought about the number of cards she wanted. 40 cards. That's quite a lot. I'm using this kind of magic for more time than you have been alive, and I only use 23 cards. Maybe you should start a bit lower. Lucia looked at her. I don't plan on just filling them with light from the get-go. I will take my time with them. I just don't want to have to sit down and make a card from scratch the moment I need it. Okay, I will trust you on this, she said before sitting down on the table. Lucia started by deciding how big her cards should be. Afterwards, she cut a template out and used it to cut 40 cards. Then kept a close eye on his student. Then Lucia decided on what the background should look like. In the upper middle of the card that she wrote big WH surrounded by a white circle and the silhouette of a city on the bottom. Those look great. I'm really proud of you. Now it's time to create your first card, Claire said, before picking one card up and dragging Lucia out of the house. Each card is a part of your soul that will guide you, but before it can do that, you have to guide the card. Stretch out your hand and focus on the aspect of yourself you want to see. Then, let's lay the card on a rock. Lucia stepped in front of the rock and reached out with her hand. She thought about which aspect she should think about, letting her mind drift. Then, the image crossed her mind. A field full of swords. With that, Yubi took form, seeing Enya standing on top of a mountain of swords. Something clicked. The card reacted to the feelings of admiration, hope, fear, and hate the image called for. Lucia could hear the card calling for her to make a move. Hurrah! With that, she grabbed the card in a wide arch and looked at it. The card started to fall, starting with the title, Which Hero? And the image underneath was an increment of red and black. Claire looked at the card. Considering it's the first one, it already looks pretty solid. A bit more focus. The card has the word Witch Hero on it. I'm not sure what you want to express with that, but I think you should give what a witch hero is a thought or two. Eugene wanted to say something, but The summer had a spoiler message. Last night, when we returned to the kitchen, we both cooked together. We came already a lot further than expected. Once you finished up your dish, you can see yourself dismissed for the day. But Dad, would you thank them for the meal I left? She looked at the unfinished card. The card took the form of a Matzah's card. Still, she had to think about what a rich he should be.